Hey guys, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the 9 books that I read in the month of June. June was not a great month for me. It was our first full month of summer and I felt overwhelmed. I had so much that I wanted to get done. I wanted to have fun with my kids. I also needed to get a lot of work done. I wanted to get all the reading done. Yeah, and I went to bed every night stressed over what I did not get done. And it is July and I'm feeling much better because I've told myself this is our last full month. We go back on we're starting back on August 19th. We've already set the date and that is in 5 weeks. Today is July 11th. And so the next 5 weeks I don't want to be going to bed stressed anymore. 9 books that I read. I only really enjoyed maybe 1 or 2. The rest were meh. I had 2 blog tour spots. I will link them down below as always. But yeah, let's just go into the books that I read. I'm running out of space and I'm just keeping on rambling. My brand. I am running out of space. First book I read in the month of June. I read most of it at the end of May and I finished it like maybe the 1st or 2nd of June. But that is The Lost Hero by Readng. This is book 1 in the Heroes of Olympus series. And to be honest, I like this better than Percy Jackson. I read Percy Jackson in my early 20s, 24, 25, and I liked it, but I found the writing, well, of course, Percy was 12 years old, 11, 12, 13 years old, and he was a juvenile, and all of the events seemed a little childish. But this is like right after the Battle of Manhattan. We followed 3 new characters, Leo, Piper, and Jason. And this follows the Roman mythology, where all the Greek gods, it talks about the Roman counterparts. And all of the kids and Chiron at Camp Half-Blood are wondering, who is this kid? Why is he talking in Roman? Why does he have a Roman tattoo? Where's Percy? And the ending, it will blow your mind. You can, if you're not paying attention, like I wasn't most of the time while reading this, I enjoyed it. But I wasn't paying attention because, like I said, I was stressed with everything. Then you would not see the ending coming. Like, where's Percy? Who's this guy? But I do have a new favorite character, and that's Leo. He's the son of... oh, snap. I'll put it down below who his dad is. Hermes? I think. Y'all are probably screaming it at me. But yeah, Leo's my favorite, and his story, his childhood made me tear up with his mom, and the, Tita, his aunt. But yes, I have the 2nd book, Son of Neptune, and I will be reading that soon or eventually. I don't know. 2nd book I finished in the month of June. I homeschooled my kids. If you're new here, welcome. They are doing summer school lessons and they're doing summer reading, and the book that Addie picked out to read with me was Unicorn vs. Goblins. This is book 3 in Phoebe and Her Unicorn. And like this one and the previous 2, there's always been one part that has just made me laugh to no end. And this one, Unicorn vs. Goblins, the goblins come at the very end. And they don't make a whole lot of sense. It was just like, the title has goblins in it, so we need to figure out where to put the goblins. Oh, just shove them in the end, and it don't make a whole lot of sense. And there wasn't enough Dakota in her vlog. But yeah, this one wasn't my favorite. I am ready to read book 4, which I think is Razzle Dazzle Unicorn. But Addie freaking loves these. She wants book 4 and 5 for Christmas. So y'all won't see another review for these until Christmas or January or February, whenever I read them with her. And I'm sorry for the light. We're having storms. I hate storms. Where is your light switch? And I'm trying to get better lighting in this house. I read Standoff by Andrew Smith. This is the sequel to Winger, and it follows Ryan Dean West in his senior year at Pine Mountain. There we go. Light's better. This lighting's going to keep going on and on and on and on. I don't have lighting. I'm broke. But it follows Ryan Dean West's senior year at Pine Mountain, and he didn't get his room assignment squared away where he would be bunking with the senior guys. So instead, he's on the freshman floor with 12-year-old little Abernathy. He was so cute in his little Super Mario pajamas. I liked Abernathy. He was just like, Readng. He was like the little puppy in Looney Tunes. If you saw the big dog just sitting, shine out, and the little dog just keeps walking back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, trying to get the big dog's attention. Yeah. It also introduces Joey's family. If you read Winger, you understand my upset mood about Joey. He was doing wrong. I loved him. And the secret. I did not see that coming. And his family knew. Or his little brother did. And it was just a Joey. Ended, but Ryan Dean was, shut up, don't talk to me. Instead of, I'm such a loser, it was, shut up, don't talk to me. Shut up, don't talk to me. All the way to the Abernathy. So instead of losing one sentence, we got another. So I liked Winger better than this one, but Winger did me wrong on Joey. I'm bitter. I'm going to be bitter till the very end. My first blog tour spot for June was for Penguin Random House, and it was for Screen Queens by Lori Goldstein, and I absolutely loved this book. If you've read When Dimple Met Rishi and were upset by the lack of app building and the competition, read this. It'll settle your hunger for app building and all of the scientific jargon and mumbo jumbo TikTok kind of thing. This book is based around an app called Pulse, and if you have a high pulse, that means you are well known, an influencer, and people want to listen to what you have to say. If you have a low pulse, like this girl who's obsessed, then you don't have basically anything. You're like average. And it depends on your pulse. If you have a low pulse, if you're like throbbing one day and dead the next day, then nobody will work with you. Colleges won't accept you and all that. So, but I really enjoyed this book. It made me so happy about the app, all the app jargon. And this is what I wanted in When Dimple Met Rishi. There's hardly any romance, and there is like a romance between this one and another one of the teens guys. But yeah, it doesn't take over the whole story. If you take any of my recommendations seriously, take this one. You will enjoy it. Okay. This one, The Bony Hand, Charlie and Frog, it's a sequel or a companion in a series called Charlie and Frog. Charlie and Frog are two kids who go to this school on basically an island, and it is a school for deaf kids. Charlie is hearing, and Frog is deaf. That's her sign name, Frog. It's not her real name. I don't remember what her real name is, but the school is called Castle School, and it is around the time where it's in the Hudson. It's in New York. But this centers around the pirate story that the Castle School was based upon. There's the legend where the pirates, they would rob and pillage, and then the captain would go while the pirates were sleeping and return everything that they looted. And so the pirates, they do a mutiny and get rid of the captain. Well, he dies, and then the caretaker at the Castle School, or the graveyard that was there, he sees a bony hand or the pirate come up and say it was not, and then he dies, and the legend grows from there. So Charlie and Frog are detectives. When I told y'all about this in my June TBR, that they have the American Sign Language in the end pages. I don't know if the UK editions would have I'm thinking they would, the British Sign Language, but this is very good, diverse rep. I have not read anything that involved a deaf character besides fan fiction. This is perfect for middle graders. I'm going to let my kid read it. I'm going to get the first book because I want to see what happens, or how Charlie and Frog meet. But yeah, do you think your kids you would like this? Not even if your kids. Yeah, pick it up, read it. If you want to read my review, I'll link it down below. And I lied, El Depo is fiction. I've read that. Okay, so the next blog tour spot that I did was Delight, Houston, Texas by Joe Solomon. Whew. If y'all see a bright light in the sky and it looks like an angel, look away. Don't look at it. It'll make you go crazy. If you've ever seen that movie, The Happening, where people just go crazy and start killing themselves for no reason, this is the complete opposite. It follows this guy named, what's your name? I'm bad with names, if you can't tell. Robert. It's about a guy named Robert. He's in grad school or college. I think he's in college. It's definitely a college. College or grad school. He is avoiding his fiance. He's taking the day off from classes and everything. So when he wakes up from a nap, he hears he's getting a bunch of phone calls, or he's watching TV, and it shows people killing each other on TV, like on the news. This is not a movie, this is not a TV show, it's news. And he's wondering, why the hell are the anchors showing this on national television? Then he looks outside. He doesn't look outside, but he has one of his suite, or one of the people that lives in his hall, come barging into the room and say that shit's hitting the fan, that people are going crazy and they're screaming and yelling and fires and explosions. There's more. I'm not spoiling y'all. So yeah, read this. He's got another book out called The Darkness, and it's set in Geiger, Texas. I think I'm saying that right. Geiger. Book, yeah, we started reading for school in May, and we finished at the end of the month. Last month was Endangered by Elliot Schreifer. I got this book from Kellogg's Rewards months ago, or years ago, and it's set in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. The girl Sophie, her parents used to live in the Congo, and they got divorced because there was government uprisings, and so the dad took the daughter to Miami to live in the States. He was American, and her mom stayed in the Congo because she had a sanctuary for bonobos. I think I'm saying that right. Sammy's right here. She's repeating and correcting me. I don't know if that's the correct word. Bonobo. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it right. That's how I pronounce it. Okay. I got time to talk to you right now. Sit. Well, you have to wait 5 minutes. But yeah, Sophie, she's going to Congo to stay the summer with her mom in the sanctuary, and on her way to the sanctuary, she buys a bonobo off one of the traders or sellers, and that's a big no-no. You're not supposed to buy them, because then the sellers will come back wanting you to buy more of the animals. But she buys him because the monkey is sick and dehydrated, he's dry heaving, and he's got diarrhea. So she takes him to the sanctuary where the monkey is quarantined from the other bonobos, and then the war or rebellion starts, and she has to survive in the wilderness with these bonobos that weren't killed for bushmeat for 5+ months until she finds her mom. I enjoyed it, but some parts just went too slow. The font size, it also put me off of the story. It was taking too long to read, and by the end I was just like, thank God this is over. I did not like reading about, this is like true stuff, but I just did not like reading about what was happening to the bonobos. Like I said, my ratings will be down below. I don't know if we're going to read the sequel. It's called The Ape Quartet. I don't know if we're going to read the other 3 books. If my kids want to read them, then we will, but it's violence. There's mentions of rape, and of course killing monkeys and wild animals for food sustenance. 2 minutes left, and I have 2 books left, so let's try to get it in a minute each. Alright, I read you for the Buzzword Readathon, which the buzzword was you, and I didn't like it. I hated it. Everybody said it was creepy. I was only creeped out at maybe 1 or 2 parts. Joe, he seemed normal most of the time, and then Beck, she seemed like a normal girl too, normal 20-something-year-old who's living on her own, not living off her parents' money anymore. But I did have like some issues how she kept going back to the crappy guy, and the amount of sex in this book, holy shit. Yeah, I didn't like it. Did not like it. I still want to watch the show, but I was not creeped out like everybody said you would be. There was a couple times when I was like looking over my shoulder. My last read for June is one of my favorites for the year. It's This Is Where I Leave You by Jonathan Tropper. This was on 2 Buzzword Readathon TBRs, and I finally got to it. It's about Judd. started a book. He walks in on his wife. Cover your ears. Fucking his boss. Going to town. And it's his wife's birthday. He's carrying a cheesecake with candles. And then he just rams it up his boss's ass, catches his testicles on fire. It's just fucking hilarious. Okay, you can come over here now. Okay. It's about around this time when it's a couple months later, Judd's dad dies. And they have to sit Shiva? They're Jewish. I don't know what it was called, but they have to do it for all 7 days, and they have all these visitors, and they just keep on cracking jokes and remembering stuff. One is having fertility issues, one just had a brand new baby. Judd, he finds out his wife's pregnant. Whose baby is it? We don't know. The youngest, he's dating a cougar. It's just, I absolutely, it just cracked me up. This made my month so much better. And yeah, before I started reading, I looked up the cast and see who was who. And one of my favorite actors, Timothy Oliphant, is Hori. Oh, I want to watch the movie so bad. And Hori has he was in a fight and it left him with seizures and a brain disability. And yeah, when he gets too excited, he starts seizing up. And Timothy Oliphant is my favorite character. So if y'all have not seen this movie or read this book, then read it. I haven't watched the movie yet because my library doesn't have it. It's not on Netflix, Hulu, or Amazon. I don't want to pay for it on Amazon because it'll be too much. So I'm going to have to buy my own copy from Walmart. But yes, this was my favorite read of the month. It was just so nasty. It's womanizing and abusive and slut-shamed filled, pornographic, but I enjoyed it. I don't know why, but it was good. 5 out of 5. That is it for my June wrap-up. I hope you enjoyed this long video, and I'm hoping I didn't lose any clips. But if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button for more of my rambling book-filled videos and Dollar Tree hauls and whatever else I do. Yeah. Talk to me down below. Have you read any of these books? Did you feel the same way? Have you watched any of the adaptations of some of these books? And I'm turning red. I'm getting hot. So, yeah. I'll see you on my next video.